Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a simple bathroom makeover on a budget with a big impact. This is our downstairs bathroom. It is a full bathroom, but it is builder grade and very boring and beige. So I am adding some elements to the space to give it a little bit of character. I'm starting off by ripping down a piece of 5mm plywood into planks to do a faux shiplap vertically. If you don't have a table saw like I do, the department store or the hardware store, Home Depot or Lowe's can rip down boards for you, but sometimes they can't do them as thin as I'm doing in this project. Here I have all my boards ripped down, and then I'll take them inside and install them. Before installing my vertical planks, I am removing the towel bar. I do not like towel bars. I prefer towel hooks because then everybody can have their own hook. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram if you don't already for other projects that I don't always share over here on YouTube. If the towel bar is installed above the point where you're going to install your vertical shiplap, then you would have to wood fill, but my piece that I'm holding up right here is actually covering the holes perfectly. To save a little money, you can have Home Depot cut your plywood into 4-foot pieces and then bring it home and cut your strips from that. Most plywood comes in 8-foot pieces, so this would maximize your dollar. Okay, so if this were real shiplap, I would not be gluing the back, but because these boards are thinner, they have a better chance of popping off from the wall. So after I got my first piece glued on, I made sure that it was level, and then I used nickels to create my gap in between each plank. You can also save yourself a lot of headache if you paint your color in between each plank so that you're not trying to get into those little tiny lines after you've nailed everything up. After I have everything in place and where I want it, I'm going to use the wood filler to fill in all the nail holes. At first I grabbed a sanding pad thinking I was going to sand all of these filled in holes with that, and quickly realized that was going to take way too long. After sanding for a few minutes, I went and grabbed my orbital sander and kept on my mask and sanded it that way, and it went by so fast. Again, I went in with a tool that I realized was going to take way too long. That's my paintbrush. I quickly realized I needed to switch over to the roller. I was really trying to stay on a budget with this bathroom makeover, so all of my paint colors were actually paint colors I already had. This gray is a flat paint in Mindful Gray by Sherwin-Williams. I wouldn't typically pick a flat paint for the bathroom, but like I said, I was trying to use materials I already had, and this is something I had on hand. If you're going to be screwing anything into a wood board like I'm about to do here, you definitely want to drill yourself a pilot hole. And I'm just using a drill bit that's slightly smaller than my screw size. Okay, so moving on to the frame for my mirror. Here I'm pointing out that I made rabbit notches. They're just little cutouts that I made with my table saw. You can Google it. You can find a whole bunch of different tutorials on how you can make these little notches. And I made the notches so that when I lay it up against the mirror, it lays flush against the wall. After I cut my boards down to size and made my notches, I went ahead and started painting. Again, I'm using a color that I already had, and this is a satin paint in Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. So to fit the frame, I decided by attaching the two sides with the top and then dry fitting and making sure that that fit correctly before I added the bottom section. And anytime that you're using wood materials, be sure to use wood glue where your pieces are joining together. Wood glue is extremely strong and will hold your piece together way better than just nails by themselves. My favorite way to measure is measure as I go, and this is what I'm doing here for the bottom piece. You might notice that this bottom piece is just solid and doesn't have the notch. At the bottom of our mirror, we have one of those metal strips that hold the mirror at the bottom. So this is giving space for that metal piece so that the mirror or the frame lays flush against the wall. And here I am just adding liquid nails to the back of the frame, not the notch. If you add it in the little notch, it's going to show in the reflection of the mirror, so be careful there. This liquid nails will just touch the wall and adhere to the wall. And while I let my liquid nails dry, I'm just going to use painter's tape to hold and put pressure against the frame. And don't forget to wipe off any glue that might have snuck out the back. I definitely love the way that this bathroom turned out. It has a lot more character now and a little bit more personality. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe by clicking that button down below to see future videos and DIYs to come.